concept of non-playable characters originated in video games. Non-playable character is a character inside a game who is mindless, seems to only be occupying space with no mission, no purpose, no objective, no quest, except to serve the collective goal of the program. Non-playable character is repetitive. Because of this nature, if you hang around them long enough, they will circle back to doing and saying the same things you found them doing and saying at the start. Non-playable character has no individuality. In the context of narcissistic abuse, it is imperative that you find clarity on who non-playable characters are in your life. Non-playable characters are either narcissists or the codependents who narcissists use in their goals towards attacking healthy people. These are a few ways that you would find out if someone is an NPC around you. First way is by using frequencies. When you walk into a room, make no mistake about it, there's an energy that everyone is carrying around. And if the reactions to you are things like silence, sneering, jeering, if they as much as take notice of you in a crowd, it's not a good sign. No one should be noticing you in a crowd. If it's not because you are conspicuous, it's not because there's something about you, there's no one who has any business noticing you in a crowd. It's not a compliment. And they point you out. It's not. You should not be noticing me in a crowd. If people notice you in a crowd, in a gathering, if they see you, if the energy shifts just because you showed up, that's a sign that you're dealing with NPCs. You're dealing with bots. You're dealing with slaves of the matrix. They are potentially dangerous. Make no mistake about it. Bible says the eyes are the windows to the soul. If you stared into their eyes, if you just looked through into their souls by the windows of the eyes, you'll be able to see all the negativity, all the hatred, all the envy, the scheming. You can sense it just by looking into their eyes. So I need you to understand one thing. There are people who are serving the narcissistic spirit in your life. You're a healthy person. Your frequencies are at odds with those who are walking in low vibrational states. You will notice them by how they react when you enter a room. Secondly, because of this, they tend to target you. See, there's something about your presence that triggers people who are in a low vibrational state. People who thrive on chaos and control are triggered by your freedom. You demonstrate independence. You demonstrate self-sufficiency. It's like a mirror to them. When they see the peace that emanates from you, reflects to them their inner chaos. When people start acting in such a way that they don't like themselves around you, immediately you are supposed to understand that they are targeting you because of your frequencies. And so, if you're a healthy person in the presence of NPCs, they will be undoing you. They will be scheming on how to take you down. They will look at you a certain way. They will speak about you behind closed doors. If you see these things, you're dealing with NPCs. Thirdly, they will react to their inability to bully you. See, the mistakes that the NPCs make include thinking that you are a walkover. Because you're loving, you're peaceful, you have joy, you're kind, and all these high vibrational demonstrations of energies, they tend to think this is a demonstration of weakness. NPCs have no idea the things that you've gone through. They have no idea what it takes to be the kind of person that you are. They think it's because you're simple that you're peaceful. It's because they are not peaceful themselves, just because of the things they've had to do themselves in order to survive. They think that you are a weakling because you're not doing the same things. They don't know that for you to go through the same school that they've gone through and emerge on the other end as the opposite to the negativity that they portray, that it takes an insurmountable difference in power and not weakness. So when they target you, they realize very quickly, based on what follows next, based on what follows after some time, that they actually messed up with the wrong one. If they react badly to your independence, if they react badly to your boundaries, if they react negatively to you saying no, if they react badly because you don't need their validation, if they become bitter, they become rowdy, they become violent, if they become frustrated, they become angry, if they are worked up because you won't lose your peace in the presence of their chaos. You are dealing with NPCs. These are children of the devil. These are narcissists and they are flying monkeys. Fourth, this is not to say that we are angels in this earth or in this world. Some YouTube gurus would go around saying we are the earth angels. No, we are not angels. We are men, just like everyone else. We are not any more man than the NPC. The only difference between us is that we've made decisions that work for us. The difference between us with an NPC, that because they lack the ability to self-introspect, they never work on their own darkness, they never improve, they never come out of it, they never become better, they become bitter. Instead of becoming virtuous, they become full of vices. That's the difference between us. It's not that we have no darkness in us, it's not that we have no weakness in us, but it's that our reaction to our weaknesses are an attempt to actually solve those weaknesses, as opposed to projecting them onto others and reacting accordingly, as in the manner that they are in doing. So they will never forgive your weaknesses because at first they actually never wished that you would be anything more than a weakness. Because you see, your strengths causing them triggers, causing them, they expose the inadequacies that they feel inside. Your strength, your independence, your self-sufficiency, your virtue, your goodness, your kindness, your joy, your peace, your love, all these high vibrational states, they cause a reflection in them that causes them to see just exactly how much they are lacking in this. Narcissists don't like mirrors, like Benzomos usually says. And so anytime they will see a mistake in you, they will fixate on it and they will try to cause it to be your whole reputation. So anytime you see this, make no mistake about it, you're dealing with NPCs. Okay. David, after he had sinned against God, said, "Against you, O Lord, only have I sinned. Against you, O Lord, only have I sinned." He did not put himself under the power of men. He did not allow himself to be under the power of human beings when it came to mistakes. Because you see, your chosen one has no small mistakes. Someone a few years ago said great men have no small mistakes. Even things that are no mistakes will pass for global news. If a president, say, fell down a flight of stairs, just tripping down and falling like anyone else would, comes global news. Because you see, great men have no small mistakes. There's no small error when it comes to greatness. So, as a chosen one, you need to understand that you need to minimize, you need to mitigate as much as possible any weaknesses and any mistakes that you would do or you could possibly fall into. Because the world will not receive it the same way. Don't think that because that person did this, got away with it, that you can do it and get away with it. If you did something that is 1,000 times less severe, less grave, it would be magnified 10,000 times more. You see this in your life, you're dealing with NPCs. A healthy person is inspired by you. A healthy person is not obsessed with finding out what weaknesses he could possibly have so that they could feel good about themselves. A healthy person looks at you and says, oh my goodness, this is just a man like myself, but wow, how he must have worked on himself for him to get to this point. The thing that frustrates these NPCs is that they've been imitating, they've been copying, copycatting those who are, you know, accomplished in humanity. So they look at you and they try to mirror you, they try to be as you, just like the devil did in heaven. Because he was shining and bright, he tried to be like God. See, this is the same spirit that works in his children. They try to be like you, but without doing the work. They want to bloom like a rose petal without growing through the dirt. They want to skip that phase, the blood, sweat, and tears. They just want the glory. That kind of a foundation is a foundation of sand. It will not hold up when the wind blows. This is the reason they are frustrated. This is the reason they react to you in the way that they react. They never forgive your shortcomings because at least it makes them feel that you are similar to them, as if your mistakes relegate you to the same category as they are. There's a difference between falling and living in that state. Falling into a weakness is not the same as living in that weakness. Make no mistake about it and don't be confused. But if you see people trying to conflate those two, you're dealing with NPCs. Finally, fifth point for today. They pursue you until they undo themselves. NPCs are obsessed with taking you down. If you went to these snowy deserts, these snowy areas, these very cold areas in the northern parts of the deep southern parts of the earth, where wolves thrive and sometimes hunting, uh, you know, breaks through the domestic barriers. They might come and happen upon a sheepfold. And so the shepherds have this habit of trapping these wolves and tricking them. They would take one sheep, slaughter it, fill up a full bucket with its blood, and then put a blade inside it to freeze with it. And then they will take the blood of the sheep in that bucket, that frozen blood with the blade inside it, and they will cast it out where they know the wolves will sniff it out. When the wolves come, they are so obsessed, so fixated on the blood of the sheep that they lick it even if it's freezing. They lick it and lick it, and they continue. The cold makes their tongues numb, so that by the time they are getting to that blade, it is chopping off their tongue, is cutting up their mouth and they still can't feel it. Eventually, they bleed to death themselves. This is an analogy to show just how far they will go towards pursuing your downfall. The above points that we've made, they don't cause them to self-introspect because NPCs don't look within themselves, work within themselves to come higher to a better place, but they rather project onto you and then blame that projection onto the target that they have chosen. They decide to pursue you until they fall. They will not stop. If you see someone who is so obsessed with taking you down that it doesn't matter if they go down themselves with you, then you're dealing with an NPC. You need to be careful. These are bots, they are mindless, they have no individuality, they are slaves. They already lost themselves. Do not fall for them. Take care of yourselves, okay? In the meantime, if you've got to this point of the video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Share this video. You could save a life, all right? Don't assume that the other people who you know, it's because they are bubbly and jumpy and doing their thing out in the world. Don't think that they don't need these kinds of information. You never know who you save by sharing these videos. Otherwise, I appreciate your support. Let's be real. Don't be an NPC. Till next time, all the best.